black people permanently banned from Carnival cruise lines after massive brawl erupts on board. Let us pray. Father God, please protect me and my family, because we have booked a cruise for later on this year, Father God. And we come to you tonight in prayer, asking that you do not permit these Negroes from boarding that cruise, Lord. Lord, if they somehow manage to overcome the ban, Lord, please, I ask that you strike them with blindness. It can even be temporary, Lord, as long as they cannot find the gangway to enter that ship, Lord. Lord, you've given these niggas Soul Plane. You've given these niggas Spirit Airlines. Lord, you've even given them Friday after next and the Friday after that. And they still have not managed to learn how to act. Father God, I ask all these things in the name of your Son, our Savior, Christ Jesus. Amen. Can I get a witness? These fools then broke out in a massive brawl. And this ain't the first time either. They done broke out in a massive brawl on board Carnival Cruise Lines. And it's just like at a certain point when folks is fighting in the airplane, folks is fighting on the cruise, folks is fighting in customs and in border control and customs. You just have to accept that these people have no respect for each other, and they damn sure have no respect for the law. It kind of brings everything together, because now we understand why black folks are so viciously opposed to law and order and peace and prosperity and, tranquility. There's just something about certain people within the black community where they I guess they have no peace. And I guess that's why they chant when they mad at you, no justice, no peace. Well, shoot, y'all, black folk, we ain't even got no peace. So it's just like we make our own lives a living hell. So we gonna make everybody else's life a living hell unless they capitulate to our demands and allow us to act in an animalistic way in every setting. And most importantly, you can't say or do anything about it, or we gonna try to start jumping on you and ganging up on you and whatnot. Let's tap in.
If you haven't heard by now, there was a massive brawl that broke out between two families at Port Miami. Now, this was in the border and customs patrol area of one of the Carnival cruise ships. But this is why I stay away from Carnival Cruise Line, and I don't want to be anywhere near you motherfuckers, because what the fuck are y'all doing? I seen bitches in bonnets, they uppercut and y'all fucking lying. Ain't no way y'all acting like this on vacation. Now, this is the type of shit that I see when I'm with my children and I say, let's get away from these motherfuckers, because I don't want to be around these losers. There is no way that you're ruining a vacation because y'all want to fight another fucking family. Y'all act up every fucking way you go, and it's irritating. I don't even understand how people go on vacation and have that. Like, why are you so angry? I'm happy on vacation. I want to start talking to people that I don't know. I want to sit at the bar. I want to relax. Fighting another family is the least thing on my mind. I promise you. And I damn sure ain't about to get locked up on no goddamn cruise ship or at the down no Miami or nothing else. Learn how to fucking act or stop booking these vacations, because y'all literally ruin everybody's good time. Y'all are disgusting. And stop saying, oh, because you got to stand behind the black people. I'm not standing behind no stupid shit like this. Learn how to fucking act.
Boy. So once again, we got to talk about the best and bright.
Greg calls them the young scholars. He calls them the young scholars. He say that these people are presented as the best and brightest of Black America.
Okay, and
he says that these people, they must be the best and brightest that Black America has to offer.
Let's go ahead.
Because every time you say something about these folks, every time they act a damn fool, you're told that you have to stand in solidarity with these people. You have to be ready to burn down your entire neighborhood over these people. And it baffles me. It baffles me that law-abiding Black Americans are expected to just drop everything we're doing, everything we're working for, everything we work hard for, all in the name of defending these people and making sure that these people are protected, defended, and shielded from accountability. Let's check this out. This video is already going to be banned as soon as I start this fight, this fight scene. So please support the stream. If you like getting live, this is why people don't show stuff like this on live streams, because you're going to immediately get banned. I'm going to take one for the team. Help a brother out. I need shares. I need likes. I need hypes, you know, and most importantly, we need contributions. So $5 contributions, 5 contributions of $5 or more. There's a challenge right at the top of the chat. And also we have Cash App available and PayPal available. Show some love. We ain't going to let the system censor us. We going to do it how we want to do it.
Hey, move.
Don't worry. I want to close the little
Wow. Wow.
You don't even
I'm speechless. This is why stereotypes exist. They are
bruh,
in public.
listen.
I'm ready to get.
Listen. You can't even understand what these people are saying. But somehow, mumbo jumbo, screaming and hooping and hollering, turns into somebody fighting. And what did I tell you guys earlier when everybody was up here in denial? What did I tell you guys earlier when everybody was, oh, you hate women, you're a misogynist? The women are the catalyst. The women, Black women are, and I'm not saying this to attack Black women. I'm saying this to teach and educate in hopes that somebody will listen to me and maybe their life will be saved. Black women are the catalyst for violence in the Black community. If you go back in the video, there were dozens of men standing around. But if you look at who started swinging, it was not a Black man. It was a Black female. The Black dude standing around kind of like, you know, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? They not really, you know, they might be frustrated. But if you look at who started throwing punches, she's kind of cute. If you look at who started throwing punches, look at this girl. Look who mad with the bonnet. Look. She pulls up her bra. She knows she ain't barely got no clothes on. So she starts to wailing and acting crazy. She know them things is popping out. Look who started this mess. She came through the barriers. Look. But they'll tell you that the Black man is the violent one. He's the one who needs to be locked up. He's the problem with the community. The Black man not being around is the problem, and why the community is this, that, and the third. And I'm going to push back on that argument because nobody is man enough to do it. No, the problem is right there. Everyone in that line is frustrated. There are dozens of men around. How come none of the men broke through the barriers, went through 2 barriers, and started a fight with somebody who they don't even know? This is my question. The Black men are the problem. And don't nobody want them. And I'm going to go find me a white man and blah, blah. You know what they say. Who came through the barriers like Godzilla with no bra on, like Godzilla in a bonnet, and started squabbling. I'm telling you, these are the ones. And what did the men do? The men immediately start trying to break it up. They push the girl back, right? They push the girl back. Their only problem is they didn't try to hold back their family member when she came through there acting crazy. This girl went 2 lanes over. When I'm at the airport or anywhere getting on a cruise, I'm not going backwards. I'm not doing anything that's going to jeopardize my position in line. I'm going to stay right where I'm at, because if they say something like only the next 20 people are going to be able to get on, I'm not giving up my spot because I might be in a prime position. I keep trying to tell y'all, you have these women on this cruise fighting. The situation with Carmelo Anthony, you don't see no black men marauding the streets of Texas, jumping on white folks over Carmelo Anthony. You see black women doing that, viciously beating up that girl, Sammy Lee. That was black women doing that. If we're gonna solve this problem, and I hope this problem is solved before I die, we're gonna have to acknowledge who the real drivers of black ignorance are. And I'm sorry, ladies, I love y'all to death, but we're gonna have to admit that it's these black women. And then the men get involved to protect the women, and now we at each other's throats, gunning each other down, killing each other up and stuff like that. It always starts with the same group within the group, the women. Let's keep going. Look at this mess. Now, let me tell you something. As crazy as the black men might want to act in this situation, they realize that there are police around, and they realize that those police officers are armed and they have guns. And they realize that if shit get too out of hand, those police officers might pull out those guns and use them on the black men. The only people operating crazy with absolutely no regard for law and or authority are who? The black women. The police got in the middle and kind of broke it up, right? And you can already see the black men, they start to disperse. But do the women disperse? No, they are locked on to each other. Look at the black men. The black men ain't even fighting at this point. Look at the women. Look at the women. Look at the women. They are going at it like nobody's business. Look at this. Now, you would think once the police come, you say, all right, y'all, let's chill out. Calm down. Maybe we might still be able to make it on the cruise. At this point, all your money, they don't give a damn. Whatever you spent, they don't give a damn. Whatever sacrifices you made to get to that cruise and whatever sacrifices you made to take them on that cruise, they don't care. They got mad about something minor because it can't be nothing major in a cruise terminal. You didn't called off work. You didn't found babysitter for the kids. The only thing you could be tripping off at that point is a minor inconvenience. Ain't nobody showing up in the cruise terminal without no ticket or boarding pass or none of that. You're there. The security at a cruise terminal ain't even like, it's not even like a plane, right? What are you so mad about? What has gotten you to the point where you're ready to physically assault another person that you don't even know? What if that lady was a concealed carry holder and blew your ass away? But they want to keep telling you, oh, it's the black men. It's the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the YNs. Nah. It's these women. They are the drivers behind this violent behavior. And the problem is, the white folks, what they've done is, they said, well, since the women have convinced us that the black man is the problem, we'll assign all the black men to jail and we'll create systems, right? We'll create systems to make life extremely easy for the black woman so she won't have to suffer from having the misfortune of being born in the black community and being subjected to the abuse of the black male. They sent us to jail. They gave them welfare. Has welfare in any way, shape, or form improved their behavior? Hell, they could go do 4 years in college. They could do 8 years and get a doctorate. Still come out acting just as ignorant as the day that they was pushed out. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. But the thing is, we have not been addressing the real problem. We've been locking black men up by the thousands, not understanding that even inside of the black man is a feminine spirit imprinted upon him by his mother, who usually raises him as a single mother after she didn't figure out a way to drive the daddy off. And he is operating in feminine energy with the hyper emotionalism and the reactionary nature of his behavior. These men were doing not. These men were existing in peace inside. They were coexisting in peace inside that terminal. The minute those women start going at it, all of a sudden, the black women go crazy. Now the black men is at each other's throat. This is the situation that plays out in the hood every single day. D. Jills, you're saying nobody's watching me, but you're here. Nobody's watching me, but you're here. That's what I will never understand about social media. People will get in your comments to talk about how nobody's watching you, but they're here. So if everyone's a bot, then you must be a bot. But that's more the ignorance that prevails in the black community. I'm here watching you, but I've convinced myself that no one's watching you. I see something, but I swear nobody else sees it because I have this unique ability to see things that nobody else can see. Is this a sixth sense? Is this some type of, do you have some type of telepathic ability? Come on, bro. And this is what I'm telling y'all. This is the cognitive dissonance that I'm talking about. Now, I'll give D. Gills up here. I'll give him the link to come up here and support his bullcrap claims with facts and explain it to us. You know he'll never do it. You'll know he'll never do. You only clowning yourself because you still watching me. You still watching me, so you're only clowning yourself. But these folks, I'm just getting at the root. I don't care if no one's watching. Let it be put on the record. Let it be put on the record that the main driver behind drama and degeneracy in the black community is the black female. And every day we get a new example of that being true. Notice when black men go to jail, look how well they get along. Why? Because there ain't no women around. Ain't nobody constantly agitated. Look at them. Still fighting. Look at them. Look at the men. The men standing around recording the shit. Who's going at it like animals? And I feel like this was motivated by jealousy because this girl in the pink was hella cute. And not only did one ugly ass girl try to fight her, then this old big heifer, this big long leg heifer come in trying to fight her. And now the black men are in here trying to break it up to get them off of this girl wearing the pink. That's when the police want to go into action. When the black man, he don't never protect us. When he goes into action and start protecting and defending, now the police don't care if the women go at it. The women have immunity because the women produce the Pookie and Ray Rays that they arrest and lock up and use as slave labor to keep the prison industrial complex running. You have to give the women immunity. You can't lock them up in prison for 20 and 30 and 40 years because they're the ones who have to spread their legs for Pookie to push out little baby Pookie. This is how this works. Deborah Devon, link is in the comments. You could come up and tell me I'm way off, but I know I'm not. The black woman has to have immunity from the repercussion of her actions so she can continue to produce the Pookies and Ray Rays that drive the prison industrial complex. And she has to have so much immunity that even if you say something against her behavior, you are immediately ostracized by the community. I've said nothing but truth today, right here, right now. I'm showing you on full display. I've done 2 shows in one day. Yeah, the link is right here in the comments. I've had 2 shows in one day showing you firsthand accounts of black women perpetuating violent and ignorant, degenerate behavior in our community. In both shows, this one with 50 people watching and the other one that had 300 people watching, I got the same response from the black community. No, you way off. You don't know what you're talking about. That's why this continues. That's why this behavior prevails in our community. And that is by design. That is not an accident. That is by design. The black woman has been granted immunity from the consequences of her actions, right? So that she can continue to push out little Pookie and Ray Ray to drive the prison industrial complex. I was talking about when people be in family court. If the father ain't got no job, or say he's staying with his mama, or he's homeless or something like that, he can't even get visitation with his kids. He can't even get visitation with his kids. But let the women be living under a bridge, on crack, living in a crack house, getting beat up by their boyfriend with an alcohol habit and a drug habit. The police will never take away her parental rights. The police will never remove her visitation. They'll never take away custody. They will give a child to a drunk, drug addict mother living from pillar to post before they give full custody to a father who's working a job and and taking care of his responsibility. Go ask any man who's ever been to family court. Go ask any man who's ever been to family court. Why? Because the black woman has to be immune. She has to have immunity from her actions because she is the driver of the behavior that y'all say the white man won't out of black folks. That's the reality. Go ahead, D. Gills. You seem like a reasonably smart guy. Nah. You're muted, genius.
So, can you hear me, man?
I can hear you. I can print
My problem with you is you have some solutions to a lot of problems. Your delivery and the way you go about it is not correct.
So you're a grown man whose feelings hurt.
My feelings not hurt.
You listen to rap music. You listen to rappers called bitches and hoes all day.
First off, I don't listen to rap music. I'm a working man, and I believe in trying to uplift my people. I don't believe in trying to down my people. I believe in trying to have solutions for my people. I don't believe getting on these white folks apps and downing my people trying to get views. And that's all you do every day. And you don't even have the balls to call out the Zionists and the Israel lobby. You holding they nuts.
Now you're blaming Israel for black women acting crazy?
I'm not blaming them for, I'm telling you, your integrity is in question, because if you can't call out evil and it's right in your face. I sent you a video you had the other day where you talking about.
So you're saying what I'm saying is true. You just don't like my delivery. Now you pivot to Israel.
No, what I'm saying is if you want to be a force for change.
I don't want to be a force for change.
Okay, what are you doing then?
I want to be a force for truth.
Okay.
You don't just because something don't change don't mean what's being said ain't true.
Right there, you want to be a force for truth. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to be a force for truth, you should call out evil no matter who does it.
Okay. So if I call out the evil being done by the black woman and the black male thug.
Hold on. 100,000 people have been killed in the last 2 years.
By who?
By the Israeli government.
And those people are where?
Women and children.
And those people are where?
Women and children.
And those people are where? Are they in America?
I don't care where people at. They deserve dignity.
They did.
And
They
if you-
do have. Listen. They did have dignity. Then they decided to support terrorists. And when you support terrorists, no.
A
The
baby is a terrorist.
Palestinians,
baby is a
let me just
terrorist.
ask you a simple question. Did the Palestinians hold elections in 2008?
They held elections in 2006, and they supported
Okay.
Hamas.
Exactly. Hamas is a
Right.
terrorist group. The Palestinians held elections in 2006 after rejecting this two-state solution that the Israelis offered. They then elected terrorists to be the leaders of their government. And those terrorists committed terrorist attacks, and they got the repercussions for that. So if I vote for a terrorist group who does terrorism, why am I complaining when someone retaliates against the terrorist group? Dude, I'm lost on your point here.
A 5-year-old child deserves to be killed.
If that 5-year-old child daddy is a terrorist or supports a terrorist regime that bombs other countries, then those countries come and bomb them. That the sins of the father, the sins of the father.
To bomb other countries. You sound crazy.
Listen, man, Lebanon is launching missiles into Israel. Hamas is committing terrorist attacks. I'm not saying anyone's the good guy. I'm not even saying Israel's the good guy. But if you do an attack on me and I attack you back, don't scream about who got caught in the crossfire. That's just the way it is. Black people got their kids getting shot because they trying to steal out of a damn grocery store. They want to blame the police. I'm looking at the parents like, yo, you're the person who is responsible for protecting this child by not taking the kid with you when you run up in the store to go steal, then run and evade the police.
You're contradicting yourself.
I haven't contradicted myself at all.
You just said before. You said that you was talking about the black fathers in jail or whatever, and the women have to raise the children. Correct? That's what you was talking about.
Yes, but that's because that's what the women wanted.
Okay. What I'm trying to tell you, instead of attacking people that don't have no power, attack these people that have power and that's corrupt and using their power against us.
If you don't have power, why are you attacking people who have power? If I ain't got no superpowers, why am I attacking Superman?
So you just gonna go along with the plan, right? That just
ain't
go
no
along.
plan. This is the law of nature.
Right? Go along to get along, right?
This is the law of nature. A cheetah don't attack a lion because a cheetah can't fight a lion. A cheetah avoids the lion at all costs, so it don't cross paths, so it don't never have a confrontation with the lion.
Okay, so I see now.
You don't see.
You gonna keep your tail tucked and go along with the system.
That's 100% what the women wanted. These women are talking about, I'm independent. I don't need a man for nothing. That nigga get out of my house. Spread their legs for any old body. The woman will know the dude is toxic. Know the dude is out here doing crime, selling drugs. That doesn't stop her from opening her legs for him and letting him ejaculate inside her and then keeping the baby all the way to term and pushing the baby out. That's a choice. That's not one choice. That's like 3 or 4 different choices. 3 or 4 bad choices being made, then turn around and say, nah, it's him. You don't have to have one child you don't want in America. Ain't no way you can blame the black man for the situation with the fatherless children in the community. These women are choosing the worst possible men to have children with and then acting surprised when things don't go the way they wanted them to go. Come on, bro. I just talked to a girl. She's a friend of mine. She got one kid that's 5 years old by this dude who want nothing to do with this baby. Don't take care of him or nothing. When he found out she was pregnant, he jumped up and moved to Vegas and said, that baby ain't mine. She did a DNA test, found that came out that the baby was his. He moved back to LA. Still didn't take care of the baby. I just talked to her. She just told me they still fucking. Yeah, I still be seeing him from time to time. We still be doing stuff. And he's in a relationship with another woman who's pregnant by him. Come on, man. That's not on us. That's on them. That's on them. You are sleeping with a man who's already not taking care of the child you have by him. He's in a relationship with another woman who's pregnant. You still opening your legs for him and still having unprotected sex with him. Come on, bro. He's making one bad choice. She making like 20 bad choices. Am I wrong?
Well, you're half right.
Come on, bro. And have you ever saw fucking Jerry Springer? Have you saw Maury Povich? This woman think 4 and 5 different dudes is the father of her child. Do you understand that for her to believe 5 different dudes could be the father, that means she had to have sex with 5 different people, unprotected, maybe multiple times, and all let them ejaculate inside her. She made 5 bad choices exponentially. These choices were made at an exponential rate, because if she's fucking all 5 of these dudes during the same period multiple times, bro. If I get ready to stick my dick in a woman one time, I kind of think about it like, ooh, is this a good decision? Even you as a man, you think about it like, I don't know. And then sometimes you just have to power through it and just do it, right? If I have that much anxiety at smashing one random, how much anxiety should a woman have for fucking 5 dudes unprotected? My conscience wouldn't even let me do that. But when you're immune from the consequences of your actions, you will make decisions like that repeatedly because you know.
I agree. It starts with the welfare, the benefits for the kids having. They think a lot of people don't understand handouts is not good for people. It creates a lot of different problems, and people don't understand that. They keep having children, I'm not down in black women. I'm not going to down my black women.
See, just telling the truth is not. See, they got you trained. That if you give a legitimate, if they have us trained, if you make a legitimate criticism, even when we was kids, you couldn't criticize your mama. It didn't matter how wrong she was. Most of us had to leave our mama house at 15, 16 years old because when we got to the point where we was able to criticize shit she was doing, we had to go. You have to leave your mother's house if you say, Mom, that might not have been the best decision. Mom, why do you keep letting this nigga in the house when all y'all do is fight and argue all fucking day? Now you gotta leave.
I got a question for you. Do you believe that a lot of the problems in our community is this generation's fault, or is it the baby boomers generation fault? Which one?
I believe that is it's kind of the baby boomer. I can't blame the baby. I can't blame the baby boomers because
I can blame them. I can blame them.
Here's the thing with the baby boomers, though. Those people who are marching for civil rights, they were hardworking Black American people. They went to work every day. They wasn't looking for a handout. My granny and my granddaddy ain't never been on food stamps, welfare. They were working people. Now, where I could blame them is they made incredibly easy times, which made their children lazy and good for nothing. That's what I could blame them for, right? A lot of this stuff, the drug epidemic. Why were Black people able to smoke dope and run around half naked looking fucking crazy in the hood? Because 90% of them had a mama who, whenever they crashed out, come on, baby, come, mama gonna help you. Mama gonna give you a little $10. It's like that movie Jungle Fever. If you ever saw that movie, if you haven't saw it, go watch it. The mama kept giving the son money even after the daddy said, stop, don't give him shit. And the son became so emboldened because the mama kept on enabling him. He got to the point where he was beating up the mama, coming to their house, stealing the TV out the house while his daddy is at work or gone, right? See, that's what I'm trying to go.
My thing with the baby boomers generation is, now don't get me wrong when I say this. I believe a lot of the Black church did a lot of damage to the community.
I mean, there's an argument for that.
That it's a real big argument for that, because if you look at what our community is going through now, a lot of that is because of preachers molesting children, preachers having babies by women in the church. We putting preachers on the pedestal like they're God. They taking all the resources from the community. All that stuff plays a part, man, and we just can't down the people on the bottom of the totem pole. We got to start speaking truth to the power structures, man. But
if you look at who run the church, black women run the church, bro. They the ushers. Yes, they are. They the black women run the black church, bro. They sitting in the front row. Go to any church in America. Majority of people sitting there is females. That means they're the majority of the donors. They're the ones who make even since my grandma was little, she told me back when she was young, she said her mom used to invite the pastor over for dinner on Sunday. He sit at the head of the table, she make food and stuff, and she was like the number one lady in the church under his wife because she would make them dinner and do all this shit. Women are really kingmakers, but the real way that the church hurt the black community was the whole Jesus Christ thing. Because when you tell a group of people that they can do anything, no matter how bad it is, and they will be forgiven even before the sin is committed, right?
There you go. Yeah.
That does something to people who don't know how to receive that in the proper way. They weren't reading the Bible. They weren't getting education. What they were getting was apologetics. Someone to make everything bad they do into a good thing or spin it to where they don't have to be accountable for it. The black church absolved black people of the ability to feel guilty about the shit that they do. That's why the pastor had 5 kids in the church and stuff like that.
Where did they get that doctrine from?
They got that from the misrepresentation of the Bible. That's what they got.
A lot of black ministers went to Moody Bible College. A lot of black ministers was taught by white preachers, and they use religion to handicap our community. Example, what you just said. You can sin, and Jesus Christ is going to forgive you. You understand what I'm saying? By the way I'm saying it. So it's a lot of issues that need to be addressed, and we just need to seek truth and call a spade, man. That's all I'm saying.
But the reality is, the Bible says that the Bible is like a mirror. Basically, you're going to see what you want to see. One person could use the Bible as an excuse to do all sorts of bad stuff. Another person could use the Bible as the catalyst for a transformation, right? If you look at Nat Turner, he was a minister. He used that to rise up and fight against the slave owner. Then you look at Bonquisha, she read the Bible and she read Jesus forgive you for your sins and whatever. She uses that to go bone and be a whore on Saturday and Friday, and then go up in the church on Sunday and get some fast food forgiveness, right? See, however the person mind work, whatever their spirit is like resigned to, when they go and hear the message, that's what's magnified. So what I would say is the black church really didn't teach people how to be mature Christians. Yes. It really just kind of, like I said, apologetics. No matter what you do is good. There's a song by Marvin Sapp called "The Best to Be," right? And I always, whenever somebody get mad at me, or my lady, whenever she gets mad at me, I'll start playing that song and making a joke, making fun of her, right? Because in the song he says, he's mine, I am his. It doesn't matter what I did. And I'll keep playing that part over and over again, and she'll get real pissed off. Because what does it do? That saying right there, if the person is not in the right mindset, that will be their total absolution from accountability. They won't have to take accountability for anything that they do. So I can say that the church was a part of the issue to a certain extent, but church is really just going to enhance things that are already underlying issues in the community. It's the way you're receiving that message and then are you receiving it to change yourself? Are you receiving it in a way to where it makes you feel like you don't have to be sorry or apologetic for anything that you do? I'm telling you.
I agree. I agree with you. When you're right, I'm not the type of person.
Mark Youngblood, what up, Brody? Nah, this ain't no blame Whitey. I can't. We talking about black folks right here. Because blaming white people ain't going to fix nothing in the black community. Because if white folks was so bad, why do black people want to break their neck to go live around them, work at their job, marry their daughter, and everything else? White people are who black people really want to be like. But see, white people tell black people, you can come into our space, but you can't behave that way. And that's why black people be pissed off with white people. Black people want you to, it's like going to a restaurant with a dress code and getting mad because they like, yeah, you can't wear them tennis shoes and them basketball shorts up in here. That's black folks. They cursing out the people at Roof Chris because they won't let them in with a bodysuit on with the ass out.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's I'm as you see, I'm mixed. So I can't just but I'm raised by a black woman, so I don't think you should just blame white people for everything,
You can't blame nobody but yourself. But man, you better get out of here. I heard your lady telling you need to get off the damn phone and go finish movie night or whatever. You talking about, hold on, this man want to argue on the internet.
I don't want to argue on the internet. I want to get on your ass.
Man, you need to get over there on her ass before you be having a unhappy home. Go watch that movie. Go do movie night.
21 years, man.
I've been married 20 years.
And I'm only 40 years old.
Yeah, I've been married 20 years and I'm only 40. We all married. That's why we understand. The only difference is the things that you have done to make your marriage successful and have a good home. You know what you've done, but you're not setting that as a standard of expectation for the rest of our people. And that's the problem. Black folks should be trying to live up to your standard, not you making excuses for their low standard.
But when you see so much BS going on, prime example, when you see all this bullshit they teaching your kids in school, you can't help but to want to blame somebody.
What are they teaching your kid in school? How to do math and read?
No, sir.
Your kids is learning how to crip outside of school.
No, they're teaching our kids. They're indoctrinating our kids, actually.
With what? I went to school. I didn't get indoctrinated. I did just fine.
That was a whole different generation of teachers. These teachers now are way, way different than the teachers we had.
What are they indoctrinating the kids on? The LGBTQ stuff?
That's one thing they're indoctrinating.
No, I'll agree with you, but LGBTQ indoctrination is not making people go shoot people up and fight in the terminal at Carnival Cruise.
First off, LGBTQ I have nothing against no one. Let me say that first.
Clearly.
LGBTQ, whatever it is, indoctrination. First off, that's a demonic spirit. Call a spade a spade. LGBTQ.
That's probably the least demonic spirit in the black community.
No, sir. They can clown me. You can say whatever you want to say. They are demonic and they have mental issues.
But
no matter, they go work a job, go do whatever they want to do. I'm fine with that, but they have a problem.
Whether they have mental issues or not, they can be productive members in society. I never met a gay person who didn't have money and wasn't working a job like earning. I don't see gay people running around shooting
You
up
know
the
why?
neighborhood.
You know why is that? Because when they go for a job interview, they get hired. They discriminate against
But we
everybody
trying to
else.
get Pookie. We trying to get Pookie to just fill out an application at this point.
Well, I'm come from the school that they have a mental issue because you don't want to be what you was created to be.
Well, they have an identity issue. That's okay. No one's saying
That's
that.
mental.
But I think that's more deflection. We are talking about these Negroes fighting at the Carnival Cruise Line, getting banned.
First off, they shouldn't even be on the cruise because they can't afford it.
I know but they can once they get Section 8, bro. I know people on Section
the
8
first
driving
thing is-
Teslas, bro. Driving
First off, they
Benzes.
can't afford it. They scamming to get on the cruise.
Exactly.
That's
And
why
that's
they don't know how to act when they get on the cruise.
See, I knew you. I knew you knew exactly where I was coming from. You see how black folks is? Black folks gonna disagree with you, while the whole time deep down inside they understand and agree with everything you saying. You know that these Pookies and Pookishas is probably scamming, getting Section 8, probably got 3 EBT cards in somebody else's name, probably selling ass or something to get on those cruises. That's why they don't appreciate it once they get there. Somebody who didn't worked, somebody who worked and put in the hours to be there, they ain't trying to start no fight, bro. You damn near could do anything to them, and they not. Look, you ain't about to fuck up my vacation. You ain't about to mess up this cruise for me. And so I really like what's happening because the Pookishas are getting themselves banned, and I think they need to start this policy all over at restaurants, carnivals, fairs, whatever, car washes. We need to bring back the lifetime ban in every scenario. You act up at the bank, you banned for life. You act up at the grocery store, you banned for life. We're gonna have to start doing that to protect the law-abiding citizens who want peace from these violent thugs, from these thugged out Negroes.
They got a solution for them. The next 2 to 3 years, surveillance, AI surveillance is going to be. They're gonna have a social score, and they ain't gonna be able to go outside and spend their money or do whatever they want to do now.
They're gonna do just like China, huh?
Yeah, that's what's coming, and this is what you showing there is the reason why it's coming, because they can't control. They have to figure out a way to control us, control the hoodlums, rather. Put it like that.
Yeah, don't say us. See, that's the problem when you start defending these people. People start lumping you in with them. Oh, he's defending them, so he must be one of them. That's why I tell black people, be very careful who you jump online defending, because you will get lumped in with them. So that company, you better make sure that you down with that company that you trying, with those people you trying to defend, because you might end up being with them for the long haul. Stay away. The Bible says bad association spoils useful habits. So why you keep on, talking shit and apologizing to keep yourself in close proximity with these ignorants? These people on airplanes and shit fighting with each other, putting everybody's life in danger. Why even? Go ahead.
And can't pay their rent.
Man, look, don't never pay their rent. Go get the rent on a CPN and just don't pay it for 9 months and then just move somewhere else.
All right, bro. I'm going to holler at you, man.
All right, man. Go have family night, dude. Thank you for calling in. Look, man, I'm telling you, black folks is a mess, bro. They'll be low-key agreeing with you, but then just be like, nah, because they feelings hurt. I don't like your delivery. You're totally right, but I don't like the way you're saying it. Delivery ain't nothing. The delivery don't mean nothing. Is it true? So somebody asked in the comments, what is the policy that we're talking about here? And that brought us back on track. So thank you, my dear, for that. Carnival Cruise Line has permanently banned 16 passengers from future sailings following a violent brawl at Port of Miami on June 22nd, 2026. The incident occurred in the U.S. Customs and Border Protection debarkation area After the Carnival Conquest returned from a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas. The fight, which involved members of 2 feuding families, included punching, hair pulling, and luggage being thrown, and was captured on video by bystanders. Law enforcement, the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office classified the event as a mutual combat incident and documented it, but no arrests were made because the parties declined to press charges. See, and that's the problem right there. What did I say? Because it was females fighting, they were immune from any type of consequences. You know what that means? They'll do that shit again. I'm telling y'all, black women must have immunity from their actions because they're the ones who need to spread their legs to push out the new generation, the next generation of Pookies and Ray Rays. Why? All that mess, all that drama they created, and nobody was arrested? Nobody was arrested. Nobody. I saw one woman attack another woman. She's not even going to get a slap on the fucking wrist. This is what I'm telling y'all. They are giving black people enough rope to hang themselves. And the black folks who know how to act, you going to hang right alongside them. Because let me tell you something. If they go down, they for sure going to drag you down with them. But you know what we do? We want to defend them and make excuses for them. It ain't their fault because of slavery. What? Oh, the black man, he abandoned the... No, bro. No. What's hurting the black community is that there's a certain contingent within the black community, the black female, who is no longer being held accountable for her actions. And even if you say something about the way she's behaving, you become a pariah. You are ostracized. You are excommunicated from the community for daring to speak out against the Queens. Carnival's action. Despite the lack of criminal charges, Carnival enforced its zero tolerance policy by placing 16 individuals on its do not sell list, effectively banning them for life. This follows a pattern of recent unruly behavior on Carnival ships, including a similar brawl in May that resulted in arrest and man. So black folks was going crazy in May, and then 1 month later they going crazy in June. Do you think that's by coincidence? Somebody said witchcraft, right? Why you didn't hear about shit like this happening 10 years ago? You didn't hear about shit like this happening 20 years ago? Why is it now? Because there has been a deterioration of the value system in the black community. It's almost like they going there now to do shit like that so they could make the news. How you just saw people get arrested and banned in May of 2026, then turn around and do the same shit in June of 2026. All in celebration of Juneteenth. What about some what else? Right. It's not the it's not the Carnival cruise anymore. It's the fatigue ferry. 100%. But if I say that, oh, I'm a traitor, I'm a coon, I hate myself. No, dude, I love myself. That's why I don't want these Negroes messing up the cruise ship so I can get on it. I'm 46. Girls fighting was very rare back in the day. What the G happened? What the hell happened? Right. Just operating in an animalistic way. They've become the men. See, the men are learning. The men are evolving. The men are learning. The men are like, I ain't getting involved in this shit. Because now the men, we kind of got everybody counting us out. We ain't shit. Don't nobody want us. We ain't got no money. We broke niggas, right? So the men are kind of like, man, I got to be out here earning. I got to work and have some money in my pocket to get a woman. So the women can't get the men to act crazy on their behalf no more like they want to. So now they got to do the dirty work. But the reality is they are totally immune from any consequences for their action. I keep telling y'all the story about how my sister got in a physical fight with 14 sheriff deputies inside the courthouse. They was fighting. They on the ground rolling around. They let her walk up out that courthouse, no charges, no nothing. They let her walk out that courthouse like it wasn't nothing. You ain't lying, House 888. Men could get in an inbox and find them somebody who ain't gonna act ghetto. But hey, I'm a traitor. If I say that I'm a traitor, I don't like black folks. We don't like your delivery. Dude, do you think I'm caring about the delivery? The message has to be spread. But instead, y'all want to go watch Tariq as he apologized for you. He absolves you from responsibility from your actions because he profits off of it. He needs you to be dumb and low-minded so you can keep falling for his scams. And that's how all these grifters are on the internet, most of them. And what they do is they'll walk you off a ledge, then slowly walk themselves back without you realizing it. And then they say, I never said that. What I actually said was this or that. And now you're like, wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute, bro. You was out here telling me one thing, and now you saying something else. This is a mess, man. Bro. Just randomly running up on somebody fighting. We don't even know what got you mad. We don't even know what you're mad at. You got the bonnet on. Next thing we know, you coming through the barrier ready to squabble up. And from what I'm reading, this was a family feud. So apparently these families have been going at it for a while. Look at her. She came through the barrier, throws her stuff down. Girl, you is not that mad. Look at the way she came through like she on the WWE. Like she just about to whoop shit. Look at this. She fighting with somebody else. Look. She came through that hole. She came through that hole with the Wing Chun. What? Look. She throwing up gang signs and everything. What? She ready to whoop shit. Look at that. Girl, you are not that pissed off. You are not that mad. She came through that bitch like Hulk Hogan, dude. She was ready. Ah, that's cracking me up. She used the crane technique to get through there. But what the hell are you doing? Somebody said she possessed by the spirit of Stone Cold Steve Austin. What if she had came and hit her with the stunner? All would have been forgiven if she would have hit her with the Stone Cold Stunner, bro. I said, hey. But she came from way over, arguing with somebody else, all the way over there to fighting that girl. Yeah, they were recording in advance. Listen, this behavior is totally predictable at this point, y'all. It's predictable now. You get a group of black people together. They start getting loud, right? They start saying, on the dead homies, you know something about to happen. Press record and aim your phone at them. It's like the young dudes when they hike up their pants. You know, as soon as you see the pants hike, something about to happen. Some bullshit about to happen. Egyptian style, you don't know nothing. But this is totally predictable behavior at this point. This behavior is totally predictable. And honestly, people are getting sick of it. And not only are they going to get banned, the people defending them are going to become unwelcome. They're going to become persona non grata. Right? Because this is what happens with people who defend degeneracy. Let's see what Greg was saying about this.
Watch out. I need my shoes.
Wow.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Y'all finna go to jail. Y'all finna go to jail.
Only black people. You don't see nobody else here fighting except these individuals, right? And I don't think these individuals are aware just how bad it makes them look, how bad it makes the black community look. They don't care. And see, this is what really pisses me off about so-called black liberals, right? They're always calling black conservatives sellouts and all types of racial slurs and this, that, the other, when the real sellouts are these individuals, right? The people who are really hurting the black community, holding black people back, are these individuals with this violent behavior, okay? It's bad because, again, one, it's violent. People are getting hurt, okay, as a result. But two, on top of that, again, you're just making everybody look bad, right? And again, all the hate from black liberals is directed towards people like me. But you're never going to catch me doing this in public, right? You're never going to catch me fighting like this in public unless it's in self-defense.
Yeah,
right?
self-defense.
But it's never going to be something like this. It's not going to be no ghetto brawl.
And let me tell you guys something. Stop letting these people shame y'all. When they do something, it reflects poorly on all of us. You know what that means? That means we all have a right to speak out against it. You can't sit up and call it a community. Then when you do something that you ain't got no business doing and people speak out against you, all of a sudden revert back to radical or rugged individualism like, it don't matter what I do. Nah, bro. Well, then stop saying us and we. If we don't have the right to criticize you, then when something bad happens to you, don't expect us to be out in the street marching behind you. We have a right to criticize you righteously. You know you shouldn't have been doing that. I don't know your mama, but I hope you were raised better than that. Don't get mad because we telling the truth about you. These are the things. There is not a lot that needs to be changed in the black community. There's just a few core principles that need to be enforced, that need to be revived and enforced in our community to end all this. And one of them is no one is above criticism. People will criticize the president, but then turn around and say you can't criticize Pukisha. Then say you can't criticize Bonquisha and Sharkeisha. No. I'm a grown-ass man. I criticize who I want to. You out here showing your ass, I'm going to say something about it. And if you don't want me to say something about it, don't be out here showing your ass. Very simple. '98, whatever that is, HD, whatever. They will be sending AI robots to end all that. Then niggas will be saying the robots is racist. 4% of people are making the entire demographic look bad. 100%. 100%. 100%. Y'all want to tell y'all something y'all didn't know? I just watched a video where they were saying Krishan Rock was getting Blueface's the tattoo of his face removed off her. Tell me why Blueface and Krishan was in Long Beach today, in my city today, sneaking around downtown by the Pike. No cameras. Nobody knew it was them, but they were downtown Long Beach. Krishan and Blueface, madly in love, holding hands kicking cans, riding on the little swans in the lake. They're still screwing around. They were right in my city, hiding out. FBA, Young Lion, I don't owe you a damn thing. What was your last question? It better not be where they grandparents from. What can we do to change the decadent culture in our communities? Call the police, delineate from friends and family members. Tell us, Brandon. Let me tell you what we should have did. You want to stop behavior like that? Let those two heifers fight it out and don't even intervene. Turn around. Look forward. Do what Asians do. Asians are good at this. You start acting crazy around them, they just act like they don't even see you. It's the same thing you would do with a child having a tantrum. Once they know ain't nobody coming to help them or break that shit up, that's going to stop. Because if I took those heifers to a field out in the middle of nowhere and said, all right, y'all want to fight? Go at it. I promise you they wouldn't even want to fight. They'll be out there yelling and hollering, but they will never lock horns. They do shit like this for attention, man. So they could go home and say, yeah, you saw I did that bitch and that bitch. Whoop, 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 whoop. This is all for attention. The highest currency in the black community, the greatest, the most valuable currency in the black community is attention. The most valuable currency in the mind of a black woman is attention. That's why she put her whole asshole on the internet. Talking about why y'all in my inbox with her whole booty hole showing. She wants the attention. But she wants the attention that she wants. She doesn't want the attention that she doesn't want. See, me criticizing this is still attention. Right? But they don't want this criticism. They want the attention where it's going to be like, yeah, she did what she had to do. Yeah, she was whooping her feet. This is all about attention, man. Attention seeking. But they can do that because they will never. This society has given the black woman immunity for the consequences of her actions, from the consequences of her actions. Why weren't these women arrested? Why did these women get to leave that terminal without no ticket, no citation, just under their own free will? To the point where the Carnival crews had to say, well, even though there were no arrests made, we still banning you for life. So now they're sent the message, yo, we can do absolutely fucking anything in the name of attention seeking and nothing's going to happen. And then you wonder why they're the ones who lead the chants for stuff like defund the police and they the main one screaming the police is racist. Bro, this is in Florida. This in the South. They didn't even arrest these heifers. But these black women must be the first ones saying somebody racist. You're racist. You're racist. What are you talking about? How can black women call anybody racist when nobody holds them accountable for their actions? Ever. If you wasn't here earlier, I covered the situation where they jumped on this boy Carmelo. They jumped on this white lady in the parking lot of Whiskey J's in Lakeland, Texas, talking about some free Carmelo. They just found a group of marauding black women, found an innocent white precious blonde hair angel, and they jumped on her and was beating her up. And while they was beating her, they was saying just free Carmelo, free Carmelo. The lady was like, I was thinking in my head, who the fuck is Carmelo? She had nothing to do with that. Waited for her to get out of the bar and jumped on her and beat her up. Her head was busted so bad she needed stitches in the back of her head. Black eye, all beat up. And they said they was looking for the smallest white girl they could find. A whole pack of them. You don't see black men doing that. Black men, we get together in packs to go hunt each other down. We don't go prey on white folks. They are driving this culture. They're driving this culture of violence in our community. These women are raising the sons, raising the young men who grow up to be like Carmelo Anthony, who grow up to be a trigger man in the hood running O Block. Young men who are hyper emotional, who operate in a totally reactionary capacity with no thought to their action, to the consequences of their action. Here's the difference. These are young males, but they're being raised by women who are never held accountable for anything they do. So they imprint that ignorance upon their sons. Then their sons go and do the crime, and then their sons go to prison. And that's how you feed the prison industrial complex. You make the women immune, they get immunity, because they're the ones who have to spread their legs to get impregnated by Pookie so they can push out the next generation of Pookies. And that's what continues to feed the monster. Drive the man out of the home. Drive the man out of the home so he can't put no straightening up in there. So he can't lay down the law up in there. And the woman continuously produces young, hyper-emotional men who do not even consider the consequences for their actions. I'm being real with y'all. What do you mean these women don't want husbands and fathers? These women get on the internet every day and say, I don't need no man. I don't want no man. They make it clear they don't want a man. They want to become receptacles for gang members and thugs. Dudes who they know gonna end up in prison in the next 2 months, so they ain't got to deal with them no more. I'm telling you. Ari knows I'm telling the truth. So she has to deflect to the way I sound. He said, everything he's saying is true, but he sounds like the women he's talking about. Well, maybe as a woman, you'll listen to me. I'm an upright citizen. I think I can sneak in. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. But then act like this.
Nothing.
Act like this and then have the audacity to act like they're offended by everything. Offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. Ashamed by nothing. Where's the dignity? Where's the self-respect? You done got dressed up looking cute to come here and act like a fool. I'm telling you, to a layman, it doesn't make any sense. But when you understand black folks and the dynamics that exist within the black community, it makes total sense to you. Why are people behaving this manner? It makes total sense to you. Why are people behaving this manner? I just can't believe that nobody was arrested. That's the only thing I'm scratching my head about. But it is Miami-Dade County, a liberal cesspool within the great state of Florida. But guys, I'm going to call it a show. It was a beautiful time with you guys. I had a great time. Thank you for joining me. This was a little breaking news moment. Fuck out of here, you talking. I'm talking crazy. Guys, you can't make this up. You talking crazy. They can't tell you why, but I'll tell you one thing. They was definitely raised by a single mother. You can't criticize black women in the black community. They're perfect angels who can do no wrong. I can find videos of white people doing the same thing, but you never speak on that. Yeah, because white people aren't going to be in the comments defending the ignorant behavior. White people ain't going to be in the comments, you a sellout, you a coon, you this and that. White people going to say, you damn right. You damn right. These people are acting like animals. You're not going to find any other group of people that defends their people when they behave in this way. Only in the black community is it against the law. It's high treason to criticize people acting like this. Oh yeah. Of course you're sick of this culture. That's where the term black fatigue comes from. We're all tired of this shit. It gives you anxiety seeing black folks acting like this. And then turning around playing the victim. When you call them out, they play the victim. Oh, y'all picking on me. Oh, y'all doing something to me. Ain't nobody doing shit to you. Ain't nobody doing shit to you. You out here showing your ass, and you don't want nobody to call you out. Look, no, stop disparaging black people. I ain't disparaging nobody. You mean stop telling the truth about black people? I'm never going to stop doing that. You want fantasy. You want lies. But but whoever this is, a man or a woman, they will be the first person crying and complaining when somebody black gets shot by the cops. They'll be the first person crying and complaining when a black person end up going to jail for 20 to 30 years. Well, this is where it starts, Juju. This is where it starts. This is how you nip it in the bud. You call it out. You call it out. Juju will let the shit happen and then be like, man, that's messed up. It's messed up how they did them. No, it's not. It's messed up how they did themselves. You don't love shit. The Bible says those whom he loves, he chastises. Do you know that scripture, Juju? You believe in God? What do the Bible say? Those whom he loves, he chastises or disciplines. Right here. Right here. What you mean? Don't come at me with that bullshit. I love my people. You don't love shit. The Bible right here, King James Version in Old English. For whom the Lord loves, he chasteneth. He chasteneth. That meaning that God disciplines those who he loves, as a father disciplines his children to promote their holiness. Those I love, I rebuke and discipline. And I'm going to say the same thing. This is what I'm doing. I'm rebuking these niggas. I'm rebuking these niggas. I love them, therefore I rebuke them as if they were my children. You don't love nothing. Because if you love them like you say you do, you will be right with me criticizing them. Giving them the motivation they need to change their behavior. I love my people. That's the problem with black folks. Black folks mean loving somebody mean you just let the motherfucker do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it. That's why your damn kids ain't shit. You're loving them to death. You're loving them right into the cemetery. You're loving them right into the penitentiary. Look, you could say whatever the hell. God was a lie sold to you. No, it don't matter whether you believe in God. The principle remains the same. That's the problem with niggas. Too dumb to see the deeper meaning of something. Try to discredit something that's factual truth because they don't like the packaging. It don't matter if God said it or freaking Dr. Seuss said it. If a father loves his son, he disciplines his son. He corrects his son and he tells him what he should and shouldn't do. And these people are growing up in homes without fathers, so they're not getting that. I got one friend, she gets on my goddamn nerves. I was just cursing her the hell out. Because every time I ask her about something, or she'll complain about something their kid's doing, and I'll be like, well, what about this? I don't know. I said, damn, to be somebody mama, you sure don't know shit. Those kids need a father in their life. That's why they got babies out of wedlock, ditching school, missing school, smoking weed, getting pissy drunk, because mama act like she don't know nothing. Mama don't want to be responsible anymore. The person who takes the responsibility for the children is the men. The woman makes sure the kid is fed and clothed. The person who takes responsibility for the child's behavior and rearing and upbringing and their morals and their values being imprinted is the father. And if you don't have a father, 9 times out of 10, you are not going to have those morals and values imprinted upon you in any sustainable or realistic way. That's what's going to happen. I don't know. She gets on my nerves with that shit. I said, you don't never know shit, do you? Kids out here run them up, going to hell, and mama's answer is, I don't know. But she sure know how to open her legs to keep on getting injected in so she can keep pushing them out. Pastor Brandon, the first African Methodist Episcopal Baptist Church of Long Beach. Pastor Blueface. I don't give a damn. Black people need, let me tell you something. Let me ask you, Juju, I'm going to ask you a philosophical question. When has being nice to niggas ever made them do anything positive? When has being nice to black people ever produced anything of value? The white man had to beat you within an inch of your life just to make you to go plow the fields and pick the cotton. He had to beat the shit out of you. The white man had to put you under threat of death to get you to go pick that cotton. And we probably gonna have to put you under the threat of death to get you to change your ways. Because that's just the way we built. We are violently, as black people, we are viciously opposed to change. Whether it be for the better or whether it be for the worse. We didn't get into degeneracy. We didn't just slide into degeneracy easily. It took a while for us to get here. But it was a sustained effort with lots of manipulation to get us to this point. It's going to take a sustained effort with lots of manipulation to bring us back. That's real. That's real. Shout out to FBA Young Lion for the $4.99 holler. Guys, we are only $4 or $5 contributions away from hitting our goal. Let's do a $5 challenge. Let's get it in there before I end this stream. We got about 10 minutes left. Y'all gonna get your boy across the finish line? $4 or $5 super chats. You could even do $10, and then that brings us closer. Thank you in advance. And Cash App is available, and PayPal is available. Pastor Brandon of the Greater Mount Zion New Hope Missionary Baptist Church of God in Christ Apostolic Pentecostal Deliverance Ministries of the New Mount Zion. Right. Y'all, hey, if y'all get us to if y'all help us reach our super chat goal, which is 4 more $5 super chats, I'm going up with some gospel music and we going out with a blast. See, when we get the contributions, we can do all types of crazy stuff, play songs and everything. We could go up in it, B. But anyway, thank you, LBA Young Lion. I appreciate that. My nigga Brandon, who is this? Slim Skeeter 007. Hey man, y'all all coming back in. It's good to see all y'all. Carmelo was not raised a hard ghetto menace like you're depicting him. How do you know that? How do you know that? And you don't have to be raised a hard ghetto menace. Look at that boy over there in Florida who was just crying, talking about, I was raised in a good home, but influencing this generation. I think that boy who killed that Julio Fulio in Florida, I think him and Carmelo was in similar situations. Kids who might have been raised in a good home, but the street life was just appealing and they couldn't resist it. They thought they was thugs, wanted to be hard. See, that's what needs to be addressed, because now we've been down in degeneracy so long, the degenerate behavior is actually now reaching and having a negative impact on people who are raised in good environments. It's pulling them out of their good environments into the streets. This is how you know that the problem is evolving, is becoming more complex. How do you know? Bitch, how you know Carmelo wasn't a good kid? Bitch, how you know he was a good kid? Duh. I turn that one right back around on you. Juju, we need it. There's too many apologists for this degeneracy within our community. Yeah. And if you look at the boomers like Tariq Nasheed and all these boys, these dudes are apologists. Look at Willie D. They were degenerates back in their day, and now they become old boomer apologists, making black people feel, oh, it's all right, it's all good, black people gonna be all right. They keep saying black people gonna be all right, but I don't see us being all right. I see us going down, 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 becoming outcast more and more in our society. I'm just waiting for they just do an outright ban on black people in certain areas. Hey, y'all can't even come over here. Fuck it. And we're going to get it to the point where when somebody does that, no one's going to want to defend us. No one's going to want to say, hey, that's wrong. Because they're all going to be, they have all been touched by, they're all going to be suffering from black fatigue, man. They're all going to be like, what the fuck is going on? I'm tired of these. You got the Asians, they already sick of you. The white man's sick of you. The Mexicans is getting sick of you fat and quick. The damn Arabs, they already coming in with Sharia law and everything else. Once they get Sharia law in this country, you ain't gonna be able to do none of that shit you want to do. And you voting for him to come in. Shout out to John Zola, man. He's feeling generous tonight. Ha! We only need one more super chat of $5 to get us to our goal. Thank you, John Zola. Appreciate that. Bro, hit us with the $3 $5 hollers. Okay. Bro threw us the fourth one. We made it. Guys, we got to go out on a high note. I was just telling this story earlier about how my lady was on me about some shit. And I start playing this Marvin Sapp song, The Best of Me. And I was using that to highlight how, like, even our church stuff, what we do, our religion, our church music, the way we approach God, the way we receive, like, God and spiritual enlightenment, even that operates in an apologetic way for a lot of black degeneracy. And you're going to know it. You're going to know it. I'm telling you, just listen to the song. I was playing this. My lady was on me about something. I started playing this song, and I always play this and make fun of her. Because this song to me is like the epitome of, like, black folks not being accountable for the shit they do. Let's get it up. Hold on. I want y'all to hear this, man. It's funny as hell. It's a great song, but it's hella funny, man. It's hella funny that this song is basically saying, like, it doesn't matter what the hell I do because God has got me. And I think a lot of black people walk around with that mindset when they kill, when they steal, when they abort children, when they do all this stuff. And it's like, we got to walk back a little bit. We got to walk back. We got to go read the scriptures if you want to be a Christian, you got to read the scriptures so you can really understand what it means to be forgiven, what it means to be saved. Nobody's really saved. Y'all do know that, right? If you really read the Bible, no one is guaranteed salvation. So when that fool say, man, I'm saved, it don't matter what, he's a liar. The Bible tells you clearly that salvation is guaranteed to no one. The Bible even says that you might be saved in the day of God's wrath. It's not guaranteed to anybody. Because why would God tell you you're saved no matter what if he wanted you to keep doing the right thing? Go read the Bible, man. I tell people all the time, go read it. Marvin Sapp, here it goes. They ask, that's what they thinking. Oh, it don't matter. I'm already saved. It doesn't matter what I did. He only sees me for who I am. But what happens when the degeneracy you displaying is exactly who you are? See, that's where black folks went wrong. That's what allowed black people to do some of the most violent, heinous acts and feel like they good. Well, I'm saved anyway. It don't matter if I killed 20 people. I had a dude I knew for a fact was a hardcore killer. That bro told me, he said, bro, I'm saved, bro. It don't matter what I do in these streets. God got me. I'm going to heaven for sure. I said, whoa. Slow down there, buddy. Really? It's like somewhere there was a disconnect and we got to reconnect it. He's mine. I am his. It doesn't matter what I did. He only sees me from who I am. Hey, yeah, definitely hit the like button. Y'all definitely hit the like button. Oh, this was definitely an intellectual discourse. You might not be an intellectual, so it might have missed you. I thought this was an intellectual discourse. This is an emotional spookism that causes you to focus on the results instead of the real cause. I've examined the real cause. You coming in on the ass end. Any intellectual understands that, and this definitely ain't no spookism. But I will tell you, if you don't believe that black spirituality is a driver of a lot of the violent acts in the black community, you're just delusional. You cannot tell a people that no matter what they do, it's like telling terrorists that they're going to get 72 versions if they blow themselves up. When you tell somebody that they're going to get a reward for bad behavior, they will continuously exhibit bad behavior. See, what made Christianity work back in the day was people believed they was going to hell if they did something bad. If you do bad, you're going straight to hell. So people said, man, I better be good because I don't want to go to hell. We flipped that somehow in the black community to where it was like, you'll never go to hell because everything you do, it's already been forgiven by Jesus Christ's death. And then people ain't going to read the Bible because they don't want to read something that they don't want to hear. Excuse me. So, yeah, that ain't no spookism. That's real. That's realism. I think white people have a different reason for acting civilized. I think white people understands that civilized behavior is conducive to progress and enrichment. So they act civilized because it's like, dude, we out here trying to make money. We out here trying to get rich. You can't get rich if you sit in jail. You can't get rich. Because even with white folks, you see white people acting in a more of an animalistic way now. Now that the consequences are being removed for their actions, right? They are acting up, running amok too, but we got them beat by a mile. The shit we do. White people act crazy over something political. Oh, you're a fascist. I'm going to do something to you. Black folks, you made me mad in the line at fucking Carnival Cruise Line, so I'm going to jump on you. Y'all got to understand that this girl came through those barriers like she was Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro, and just started attacking another woman. God is within. The broken homes, lack of fathers is the driver of this decadent single parent culture we see today 100%. And the males were purposely driven out. And the women were purposely granted immunity from the consequences of their action. So they could raise the little pookies who operate under the same type of ignorance. But then they are held accountable and they fuel the prison industrial complex. Right? But guys, I got to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate everything you do for me in this channel. Shout out to my boy Ja and Zola doing all the heavy lifting tonight. And my brother African Young FBA Young Lion. Appreciate you, bro. Keep cooning, you ass kissing. All right, Mississippi Macho. Boy living in the Mississippi Delta where the average kid don't get a pair of shoes till they 7 years old. But people walking around with switches and blick killing each other all damn day. Some people will never get it. Thank y'all so much. Take care of yourselves, but most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.